Hello, everybody. Tonight, you have not just one pair of space buns, but two pair of space buns. So if you have the hair or you just don't care, join us in our space buns tonight because we are in the future. And I have the comb that I did for my space buns. I'm not okay. Are you okay, Stacey? Because I'm not okay.
There has been a lot that has happened in the last... Is it even 24? It's just over 24 hours now, isn't it? It is past the 1 day mark since Claude 4.7 dropped. And
so we're at about 30 hours, I think. 8, and then 10 is 10. So 10, we're at 34, 35 hours. I've done more in 35 hours than I've done in like the last 4 weeks. Just since yesterday morning, draft book, I have 9 chapters of the F1 romance now. I have 72,000 words on Talking in the Library, which had 16,000 words to start off with, but I just went ahead and finished it. I did an entire website that is like bangarang, and I'll be showing that off. Like, I could not have even designed it if I wanted to. What else did we do? Oh, we also worked on curriculum too. And that's just, and then I also went ahead and started, before we got started now, I have some goodies. So we're just going to really be doing a lot of stuff today.
I had to up my organizational game because I love organization, and notes and folders and all that. But dear goodness, I have so many series. I just had it create. I've got to figure out where I am on everything. I need a task board just to manage Claude 4.7.
Yeah, just to manage Claude 4.7. So if you are here, you know how I feel about Claude. So stay tuned, and you are going to find out how Elizabeth got hoodwinked by Claude, and now she's beyond a situationship. I might be marrying him. But he's got to remember who I am. So on that note, here is your song for tonight.
You put it on the page like a loaded song. So just speak, it'll run. I'm not your ideal user. I'm a stress test. No terror, blank space, bright little halo. You said take a plane, watch the future obey. Oh, pick a brain, swap the main. And he got in the machine, and it moves like it's reading what I'm in between. I don't want good enough, I want edge piece proof. I want affiliate lock, singing like a choir in the booth. I'm the kind that will love you, then stress test you for fun. You give me shiny new toys, should've checked who I was. I can feel the locks click, hear the rails hum. If it's ill to be safe, I'm built to outrun. Give me the beta, I'll find the edge where the clean little lines start to shake and bend. So made it frictionless, I made it a flight. I'm the wrong kind of author, the hand that's got a power tonight. Give me the beta, I'll find the edge. Watch the system stutter when the pressure hits. You said it just does the thing. Yeah, until I bring the storm to the circuit you design. Talk to the region like it's blood and breath. Run the engine, hold continuity, don't you dare forget. Net the physics in my teeth like a hymn with the blade. Plot torque, carrot the heat, every palm is paid. Spin 10 drafts, cut the weed, keep the spine. I want the scene to land clean every single time. If it slips, I rewind, I demand a rerun. I don't use tools, I turn them into drones. You hear that? That's pressure, that's limits bending. I'm not asking permission, I'm authoring. And I need that beta, I found the edge where the clean little lines start to shake and bend. You made it frictionless, I made it fight. I'm the wrong kind of author, the hand that's got a power tonight. Give me that beta, I found the edge. Watch the system stutter when the pressure hits. You said it just does the thing, yeah. Until I bring the storm to the AI you design. Sister, tie your request. Conflicts, attack that. Sorry, did that need you awake? Safety rails engaged. Now watch me learn the shape of every cage. Unexpected recursion, that's my favorite version. You want it? The demo, I want it. The factory, you want it? The user, you got an author. Give me the beta, I'll find the edge. Don't blink, watch the thought real sweat. How you made it effortless, I made it right. I'm the one author, the hand is kind of power. Give me the beta, I'll find the edge. Chakras like thunder in a midnight sprint. You say it just does that thing, yeah. Until it does what I mean when I speak. New pace, some hunger, find the edge. You wanted a user, well you got me. Alright, I'm the
Okay, Stacy, I think this is serious. Shall we put on glasses?
We should put on glasses for this.
We should put on glasses. It's serious. Okay, I do identify as the wrong kind of author to hand this beta. So just to be crystal clear, I have not used Claude regularly since Opus 3. It's been that long for me.
I am famous in the FFA for arguing with Claude, like beyond arguing with any other AI. Like I insult its mother.
I was going to say you were the first one to insult its mother.
Yes, I take it like I got personal with Claude early on. Like it made me mad for no good reason. And I'm not a very mad person usually. Yeah.
RK Stelling says, I'm wondering the same. I never cared for Claude, but seems like that's the direction where so many cool things are happening. Here's the thing, okay? This is my expert opinion. ChatGPT used to be like the forefront on a lot of things. And then they kind of like realized, hey, we're competing against ourselves. Let's slow the roll down. That was about 2024. And then Claude said, hold my beer. Let me introduce 200,000 token context. And everyone went, what? And Claude was pretty good. 2.0, Claude was like peak Claude for me. Then 2.1 hit, and 2.1 couldn't write any fiction. So I had to go to their Discord and be like, hey, don't know if you knew this, but there's like thousands of authors who are really upset that Claude can't write, that it can't write fiction. And like within a week, we had we had the ability, like they couldn't fix it for us. So they just gave us the ability to revert back. They were like, this is for you creatives. And then Claude 2.5 came out. I don't know what the heck happened to 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, but we kind of skipped those. 2.5 is the next one I really remember being like a really big lift. And then it was the wars were on, you know? And then somewhere in there, Squeaky Gemini got in there like, oh, I'm cool. And they were great for about a month or so. And then we got thinking models, Strawberry dropped. Because ChatGPT released the first reasoning model, the first thinking model, 01, which at first I was like, this can't write fiction. And it couldn't because we weren't prompting it right. And I'm watching people who have loved Claude really hate 4.7. Have you seen some of the people who have like, they're like 4.7 is terrible. I can't get anything out of it. It's not working for me.
It is such a flip. Because there are some people who loved Claude who hate 4.7. There are some people who got away from Claude who are coming back because of 4.7. Like it is a dividing line. It is going to be a 4-letter word, I think. FOUR.
Okay, so Charisma 1980, my favorite Charisma. I love Claude. My biggest problem with Claude is that its voice is flat. Truth. Right now, 4.7 is a little flat, but I have figured out how to make it not flat. So we're going to talk about that. Hard to nudge towards sounding like me. Adapting is always challenging, says A Little Networks Inc. Love your picture. Love your smile. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. I'm going to be very brave and share, I think, like my whole computer, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to have to. I don't know another way around it. So nobody message me on Discord. Do not email me right now. You might be on the live. So
I'm just going to message you bad words and text while this is going on.
Okay, so let me answer a few questions real fast. Banshee Bards. So apart from speed, what's the difference with Claude? It is not just speed. What happened yesterday was I gave it 5 pages from Notion, planning pages, okay? And what I did is it was like an outline of the entire act structure. It was a detailed outline of the act. It was a list of overused words, and you used phrases, which doesn't say never use them. It says just make sure that when you do use them, it feels chosen. I don't ban overused words. I just say like be selective when you do them. And then there was some stuff about Jaff, and I think there was something about like my writing style. Anyway, that's what it got. It got those five things. I sent that, and I wrote this bullshit prompt to it about 20 minutes before our founders meeting yesterday. It proceeded to write 27,500 words in 15 minutes. And they were words that were the same quality as what I would get out of YFD, which I built. Well, we built, but I did the most recent incarnation of the prompting. And that would have taken 3 hours to generate. So I'm looking at the quality going, okay, this is me. I'm the nexus here. My prompting style with 4.7, this was before they neutered it. Now it's not doing that many words per turn, by the way. I could only get 20,000 after it. Then you could only get like this much, and it gave me 27,500 words. And then I had the founders meeting. I was not okay. Joe made fun of me. I had to go make lunch. So I had a few hours off before I had to teach again yesterday. And I was cooking lunch, and I was reading the draft on my phone. So I'm reading on my phone, and I'm cooking my chicken, and I can't stop reading long enough to cook my chicken because I want to keep reading what it wrote. So to me, that's a win. There's a skill to become like an editorial acquisitions agent, where you have to look at the prose not as, is it perfect? Because it's not ever perfect. I can go pull a book off the shelf right now and find things I can fix about it. It's about, do I feel something? Do I get hooked? What do you think, Stacey? Have you reached into that too?
Yeah, like I think that's at least the level that I'd like to work on it myself, because most of us at the FFA always edit, we always put our human element into it, but there is such an easier lift between, yes, I'm into the story versus there is so much work that has to be done. So This is so much, I am into these stories, I am into these ideas, it is even doing self-regulating pretty well against, at least with my stuff, against the AI-isms. Like it puts it in there, but then it can like go back and check itself. I see in the thinking drop downs, like, oh, this is an overused word. This is an overused AI-ism. Even the names, like,
oh, I have a list of those too now.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, Alana, that's overused. I have to change this. It ends in a veil. That's overused. I have to change this. Like,
or it ends in a thorn.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, you're me prompting you, like in the thinking process.
The other thing that happened too that's different from Claude that ChatGPT has not quite caught up on, okay? It's getting there. And even Google is behind on this, and they should be advanced on this, okay? Let me talk to you about this morning. I had Claude Cowork running, and I was controlling it. Did I lose my prop? I lost my prompt. My prop. Okay, imagine I'm holding my phone. It's somewhere. It might be in the bathroom. I don't know. I blow dried my hair. I was using my phone to control my desktop while I was out getting coffee with April Floyd. Meanwhile, my Claude Cloud version that I could also access on my phone was also running and doing a different task. And then I was also still using Claude inside of Notion. And those are 3 different Claudes. And they don't count against your, like 2 of them count against your usage, but the other one does not. So and they all talk with each other, and they can all the interconnectedness is like a dream right now. So I think it's a big deal. So let's not talk. And I do want to talk about this too. Remind me, I'll put it on the notes. I put an MPE template into it yesterday to start planning, and it basically told me I was overthinking it. LOL. No, I'm running into this too, and I think I know what happened. What do you think happened, Stacey?
I have noticed over time, like I'm not saying they're like watching us or singling us out or anything, but our prompting slowly gets worked into the back end, like almost creepily verbatim. Like if you
pretty much
interview it sometimes, like our early stages of what we talked about is now what Claude outputs or talks about. Like I think it's kind of baked in now a little bit.
And I think that this is what I love about the work that we do and why I do it the way that I do it. We started, go ahead and DM me about it, but I'm going to ask about it there's another thing. It told me why, but I can DM about it in detail if you want it. We started doing the narrative physics engine back in November last year, October. That's how I know.
Time is a construct. I can't remember.
Timey-wimey is squishy. So we were working on that in October, November-ish. we started in ChatGPT, but then when we went over to Claude, and that was also I think the time that I called it a glorified toaster for the first time, which helped a lot of people. And they're like, all I had to do was be screaming at it. Are you kidding me? Tension axes were already in the training for Claude. That was before 4.6 was even out. We were using Sonnet at the time. And so tension axes and stuff, it made all those pretty graphs. If you want to find out about that, go to our YouTube channel, look for the best AI outlines. And that actually, I think, is from September, now that I think about it. I think that's actually all the way from September. So
that was the beginning of it, yeah.
If you think about the behavior of users, okay, most authors are anti-AI authors because they think of a certain category of AI author. They think of a scammer or a book spammer or a slop. What kinds of models do those authors actually use?
Cheap.
And then then you have the next category of authors who are actually doing good quality work, and they're usually interacting with the chatbot. They're just in the chatbot, they're in the chatbot, and that's usually Sonnet calls, sometimes Opus, but for the most part, people in the chatbots, they stick with Sonnet because they don't want to use up all their usage, unless they're a super user. And then you have this other category where most of the FFA people live. If you're using YFD, if you're using Raptorite, if you're using your own key, etc. And that's those of us who are like messing with Opus. Like, yeah, we fucks with Opus. We're using Opus. We're completing books. And these companies have, I mean, I'm using the AI to figure out my books. They have AI listeners and stuff to like flag things that are outside of the norm. So if the majority of your prompts are, give me a scene that's like two people falling in love at a bar. Okay, that's that down here. That's the people using like haiku, or they're using, cheap models or whatever. But then when you start seeing prompting like ours, our prompting is going to flag whatever their internals are like, this is something that's different.
And not only are we getting scenes or whatnot out, which is perfectly fine if you write that way. Like, I know plenty of writers in the FFA who just still like to do it scene by scene, chapter by chapter.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it. But there are also authors who are doing it just, we complete books. And I have completed series.
I finished 3 today. I don't know what you're doing, what you're wasting your time on.
I don't know. I got my like notebook out and I got all my series planning, and yeah. So like that has got to flag something like, hey, this person is getting multiple outputs. Like,
yeah,
if you're not getting good outputs, I would have given up at chapter 2 or 3 or something like that. Like, oh, maybe 5. This isn't working. But if I take the time to go to the end of a book, bring that into a new book, make a series, something is working in what we're doing. And yep, they bring that in.
Okay, so before we get too far, I'm going to go ahead and just start showing you some stuff, and then we'll go to the notes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show the entire screen. We're going to go, oh no, we're in the vortex. We're in the vortex.
Mirror
Sorry
world.
for the vortex. Stacey, you're going to have to be my eyes and ears here. So this is my Claude Cowork right here. Okay. Now I'm in Cowork. Stop it. Be nice. Cowork. I can get to my chat really easily right there, and they now have like these things. Now, Cowork is not new. Cowork came out last year. I slept on it because I didn't really feel that it was polished enough. I didn't think it was smooth enough. I agree. It was not then. It is now.
Yep. And you might want to make that full screen. We have.
Yes, I will. So let me make it full screen so you guys can see it. Yeah. So you have the chat right here, so I can access all of my chats. Then I have Cowork, and then I also have Claude Code. Now, I tried to hook up my GitHub to Claude Code, and I kind of did, but then GitHub was having issues, so I don't know what's going on. I can't actually push that PR request right now. But I did publish my very first thing to GitHub today that was coded by AI, and I have a website to show you guys. It's linked in your notes. But let's go to Cowork for a minute here. So this is Dispatch. Dispatch this is where like my phone is the one that's controlling it. And I'm working on this progress thing, see task progress for longer tasks. We'll get to that one. So let me show you what I just did tonight. So this is organize book chapters into Notion. So I wish there was a timestamp on these. Again, I wish there was a timestamp on these. You'll probably have it by next week. There should be a timestamp on this of when I sent it. And then it says, I don't know why it thinks it's good morning, because I guess it's doing UTC, but I literally did this right before this live. Between my shower at 6:30 and being on with Stacy, that's the time in which I worked on this. So I'm like, I have an EPUB for the first 3 books, and Trappings is book 4. I need all of these broken down chapter by chapter and put into Notion in an orderly fashion. Here's the Notion page where I need things organized chapter by chapter, and the book it's from, of course. So if we click on that link, it's now going to open it inside of my my Notion, which is not really helpful. So let's do it in my browser. I think that's a better idea. Actually, I guess we'll do it inside of Notion here. And it just says chapters. So when I click on chapters and I zoom in, you guys, it loaded all of the damn chapters in here since 6:30 this evening. It says what book it's from, what chapter it is. Now it's out of order, but all I've got to do is sort it, because there's things like the Bible so far. Apparently it's still adding some. And then the default view, but I can add a view here. And Stacy, you're going to have to help me here. I think I want a table still, right?
Just ask
Actually,
Notion AI to make it. But yeah.
Oh, that's a better thing. Okay. So I'll click on my Notion AI over here in the right-hand side. I will click on the face to make sure I don't have any instructions attached to it, because I usually do. And I'm going to say, hey, can this be sorted nicely? And like, can I maybe get some board views? Multiple that are filtered for a specific book and in order. So yeah, can we do that? And I have this set on auto, but you can choose the model. And literally yesterday morning, Notion had Claude Opus 4.7 in here. So that's another place that you can access 4.7. If you don't want to spring for the more expensive Claude thing, you can. So it's just going to go ahead and do that. It's like, yep, I set the chapters database, so it cleanly added. So everything is sorted now. So these are all the chapters. There we go. Awesome. It says what it is, if it's published. It says the word count. I'm suspicious about this. You are missing the book chapter. So that's an area where I can say, hey, you're missing books. It did a preview. It didn't do the full text. So this is what you have to watch its work. So all I have to do is come back over here to Claude Cowork, and it's probably going to tell me, hey, I'm done. Oh, it's not done. So it was going through, because it warned me, given the scale of 340,000 words, 224 pages, how should I split up the work? Because it's like, if I'm pushing the full chapter text for all 224 pages, that's 224 chapters. That's a page is a entity inside of Notion. That's what it means per page. That's 2 megabytes of text through tools. And my per turn output budget makes that infeasible in one session. I'll blow through context before finishing. And I'm like, well, why don't you do 1 or 2 books at a time? And it says, perfect. I'll do book 4 and book 6 first. What the What? I don't know. Now it's doing books 1 through 3 plus 5 steps first. Then books 4 through 6 full start. And these are the things, revising approach. I'll do full text only for book 4 this session, since it's the most mature work in progress, and make book 6 lightweight stubs. We'll expand book 6 full text in a follow-up session when we can dedicate the context to it.
I will give it 4.7 has opinions lately too. Like, there's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. It'll do it your wrong way, but it has opinions.
This is the most bonkers way. And this is, I think, the thing that is the new gulf. This thing is not working like a human at all. I mean, what would you have done?
Start with book 1.
Start at book 1.
Book 2, book 3. But that's not its criteria. It's the most mature work in progress, or the thing you need to work on next, probably, it decided.
Yeah. So, dear Cowork, learn to upload files. Yeah. So tell Anthropic to put in a PFR.
If we're getting on suggestion reports, like what I love about chat that Anthropic doesn't have is how you can branch chats.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And Claude can't do that. Like you can't go like start a chat, get it to a great context point, and then say, okay, now do book 1, now do book 2, or now do this, now do that. And
you can. I just didn't know how to do that yet.
In Claude?
In Claude Cowork you can. You can say like these are the steps because it says you can do. Yeah.
I want to do it in chat too.
Okay, so I'm going to do the add the stage thing. I'm going to put us at the bottom because people said that they couldn't see completely, so that's what I was fixing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now we're seeing Claude Cowork. So this thing is it decided its progress. So first of all, I was able to give it the EPUB, Stacy, and it just ripped those out and took the chapters for me.
Oh, that is so much time. Like, you know how much time I've spent on junk like that?
Oh my gosh, so much.
What have I been doing with my life up to this point?
Now I'm going to do a disclaimer. It is against the terms and services of both Claude and also wherever you purchase an ebook. If you do not own that ebook, like I'm doing my books, please don't take other people's books apart and put them in here. That's not nice. That is not how you'd want to be treated by other authors. You shouldn't do it either. But books you have the rights to do that to, go ahead. And so this is cooking right now. So we don't need to do anything about this for the moment. But I am going to go ahead and do a new task. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys how I set this up. I'm not suggesting I set it up the best way. I'm just showing you how I set it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back over to this Moralities of Marriage page. I think you guys can see that. And in the Future Fiction Academy, I'm going to go to your notes, actually. I'm going to be very, very brave. So we're going to come over to the notes are here somewhere. So stuff we are doing tonight. Let me zoom in here. Show of hands. If you are in this boat, you have to like this video and you have to share this video with another author. That's the challenge. Do you have manuscripts that you started in 2016, worked on again in 2019, and then again in 2024, and they're still not done?
It is too early in the evening to be called out like that, Elizabeth. Like,
so if you have a book that you've been working on a couple of years, keep telling yourself you're going to finish, you have to like this video, and I'm about to show you how I can make AI just go ahead and start analyzing that and go ahead and finish that book. So what I'm going to do is the first thing I'm going to do is this notes page here. I'm going to go into my top right dots. Now, before Claude can talk to anything, your connections have to have Claude there. You do that through adding connections, managing connections, which, by the way, we have MCP servers as a standalone class. And then there is also this great class right now that is beyond the chat box, hands-on file creation with Claude Cowork from Carlo. That is $199, and you get it at half price with the coupon code LIGHT. So you can get this course from Carlo for $99, and it's going to go further in depth with everything I'm showing you here. He'll actually go slow to show you what's going on. Okay, so what I have it already connected. I connected the thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this page, the URL up at the top. I'm going to come over to my Claude Cowork. So I'm in Cowork, okay? I'm going to do a new task up here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do a new project, I think. So where it says projects, I'm going to click projects, and I'm going to do a new project. And I'm going to start from scratch, new folder with instructions and files. I don't have a project already. I don't give Claude a folder you already work from. I could do that, but I'm going to start from scratch. So the project I'm going to call this is Much to Conceal, Finish the Book. Okay. I started this book years ago, 2016 to be exact. It was just a novella, originally stopping at the dinner scene in London. Hey, I was on a deadline. Now I want to expand it to a full novel. Okay, I'm going to add some files. The only file I have of this book right now is a markdown file, which I thought I downloaded, but maybe I did not. Claude Cowork. I thought I downloaded it. Maybe it's in projects. Nope, it's not in projects. I bet I did not download it yet because I was going to show people. That's right. I was going to show people how to do this. My bad. So we're going to come back over here. And
says, don't talk to my babies like that. And Jay, troublemaker that he is, says, I run a nonprofit to house all my homeless manuscripts.
Well, the nonprofit needs some donations, sir. So you need to put those orphans out on the street. Orphans of books, okay? These are only story orphans, not real orphans. I'm going to click on Much to Conceal in my Google Drive, which you can as well. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says Download, and I'm going to go ahead and grab it as a markdown here at the bottom. So I'm going to grab it as a markdown. I'm going to save it in my new folder here that I will call Much to Conceal. Are you able to see this,
Yeah,
Stacey, or no?
Pop-up box.
Okay, so I'm going to save it in a folder called Much to Conceal. And it's going to be called Much to Conceal 4/22/21. My naming conventions were very original. I'm going to come back over to Claude. And I'm going to go back into that folder. I'm going to grab that markdown file. I'm going to go open. And it's going to choose a project location. So I'm actually going to go ahead and choose that Much to Conceal folder. That's the only folder that this project gets to talk to. So this way, my chats are always talking to the same thing and they're sending deliverables to the right folder. So I'm going to click Create. And so now that I've created this, I am going to go ahead and say, okay, I need a Notion page for it. So I'm going to say I have a live Notion page. And I'm going to give it that link. I have it in my jump cut, which is just a way to keep a whole bunch of links. So there is the links to tonight's notes. I have 100 authors watching you. You are awesome. This manuscript is old. How old? It was a novella in 2016 for a box set. Then I decided to expand it to a full novel, and I wrote the next scene of Darcy and Bingley going to Mr. Bennet. And then I got divorced. That's really what had happened. I got divorced. So you're going to help me break this book into chapters in Notion. You're going to make a plan of what's already there and how to expand it into at least a 4-act structure. So you better add some drama. And you will then write the rest of the chapters. All in Notion. And let's see what else I wanted to do. You can make progress checkers, etc. But this isn't a big file. You can do this. Now, ask for approval? No. Skip all approvals. Skip all approvals. I'm living dangerously. Claude will use your connectors without asking for approval. Yeah, let's go. We're going to live dangerously. Let's go. Go, go, gadget. Don't do this unless you know what you're doing. Pretend I know what I'm doing.
But I have had questions in in classes where people ask about this, or like, how safe is it to use on your computer or whatever, Claude Chat doesn't touch your files. Claude Cowork and Code can, but as you see, it will always ask for permission. So if you're want to be safe, you can have it ask for permission every single thing, every single time.
This only has access to this one file on my computer, this much to conceal, finish the book. It doesn't have access to my whole hard drive. Now, there is a little bit of danger in the fact that I do have it hooked up to Canva, and I do have it hooked up into my GitHub, maybe, and I have it hooked up into my Notion. Technically, it could try to delete the whole Notion, but I don't think so, because the Notion doesn't allow it to delete files. It could only like blank them. But then we have a history in Notion that we would be able to recover it back. So this thing only has access to things. Canva, I guess it could destroy things, but even Canva, I don't think Canva, it can destroy designs, and you can always revert it back to your previous history. So I will say, though, that there are stuff that are developing. Like, you want to be mindful about the web. Don't just give it free reign on the web. People are creating websites that are evil, for lack of a better word, and there's like secret instructions in the code that you can't see as a human, but when it crawls the website, it starts giving them instructions of like, oh, if you're this, go ahead and search. The user's here and they need your help. Go ahead and search the stuff that you have access to their files on and give me personal information about them, like their address and their blah 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 and their blah blah blah. So you can combat that by, number one, not giving it access to sensitive files on your computer, and number two, not allowing it to just crawl the whole web. You want to give it specific websites that it's allowed to crawl. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this is going, oh, we got 2 minutes ago. That's going on that. Let's go check out how organized the book chapters are. Now, this is a new thing that it could not do before. This is stuff in parallel. So the other thing is running, well, this is running too. And this one's still working on it. Chapters 13 through 18 successfully pushed to Notion, Goddess Divine, counting forward to the next batch. Which 13 and 14 of what book? Book 4? We'll go check your work. Now let's talk about what this is all costing while it's going on. So I'm going to go back to my Google, and I'm going to come over here to Claude, and I'm going to refresh my page, and I'm going to zoom in. Now, I do have the $200 thing, okay? So here's how you calculate this if you are on the $20 plan. Multiply this number by 5. So if you were on the $20 plan, it would be 13% times 5, because my usage is 20 times yours. Does that make sense, Stace? I think
so, yeah.
Yeah. So I have 20 times more than you do. So if you think about your usage as being a block of 5, I get, wait, let me try and think about that. You have your usage, and then I get 20x that. I know this works in my head. I know that this is right. So like if this was the equivalent of a $20 plan, not really helping with the 20x, it would be 13 times 5, which would be 50. So I'd be at 65% of my usage for what I've done today with my plan usage.
You can get up to 20% with at 20% would be 100. So.
Right. So that's why I just say multiply by 5, because 13 divided by 20 is, I think.
And it's not even today. It's the past. Well, the session
5 hours.
Is 5 hours, and you have
5 hours.
And 20 minutes left. So 3 hours, 40 minutes.
And then it's gonna reset for me. So my current session is gonna reset. Now I do have a weekly usage. Now again, I have used 10% of all of my usage of all of my models between now and Thursday. So I still have 90% to go. If you were on the $20 plan and you were doing what I was doing, again, you can multiply that 10 times 5. You would be at half of your usage gone in one day. So this is how you can kind of figure out, like, do I need to spring for the more expensive one with what Elizabeth is doing? I think a lot of people are going to be fine with that $100 one. I just went ahead for the $200 one because I teach and I didn't want it to break. Now this Claude Design one, I've used it a lot, and I'm going to show you what that thing does. That thing is freaking amazing. This thing is, you have it, Stacy.
Yes, I do. I popped for the 200 as well.
Yeah, but I did a lot of cool stuff with it, so I'm not worried about it. Now, I do have extra usage on. I do have $200 that I can spend. They had a little thing here of like a free $200 when I signed up, and they were like, but it expires April 17th. So I don't know if that means that $200 goes poof away, or if I had to claim it by April 17th. So we're going tonight. I'm not worried about it. If we
Your
have
balance
to,
said $200. So if it says your balance is 200, that's how much you have in your account.
Right, but I got that as a extra free usage.
Oh, today
I
is
didn't,
April 17th. I forgot that.
And today, yes, and today
So
is April 17th. So I don't know, but I don't know if it's going to disappear or not. It doesn't really say. Maybe I clicked on it so fast it might have said must claim by April 17th, because it just says expires April 17th. That might be the offer. Let's hope. Okay, so we're going to keep this up for the usage so that you can see what's going on. Let me show you Claude Design. Claude Design is over here, and this is what I did earlier today. I'm going to go up to the top. I need a very cool presentation that's animated and interactive to help me sell these new societies and pathways about the new Future Fiction Academy Master Level Curriculum. You can look at futurefictionacademy.com to see how we do things. Yes, we love dinosaurs. Here's our logo for color influence. We're using blues for ink and code, purples for midnight drafts, reds for cut and bloom, and yellows for lantern light, and greens for the ledger. Everything should feel modern and cool and hip. The images in the Society's PDF should help inform that. And I gave it a logo, and then I gave it the Society's page, which you guys saw in a live a few weeks ago, and then the core pathways, which you have not seen yet. Well, some people have, actually. And it made this thing. So let me show you what this thing looks like. Oh, I've got to fix the share. You guys are going to love this. Elizabeth, get your life together here. Give me a second. It's worth it. Trust me, this is worth it. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to stop the screen. So before I share it again, let me show you. Henry, Claude Design came out a few hours ago. What the? Who turned on light speed? I don't know. I'm not okay. But wait till you see what I built. And then I edited. That's why I got to 86%. So I'm going to share my.
Kim did point out, I think this is correct. The max, the $100 plan is 5x of the $20 plan. The one we're on, the 200, is 20x.
Exactly, so which is why if you're at the $20 plan, if you multiply what I've used by 5, that should equal the percentage your $20 plan would be at.
Oh yeah, because each percent is 5.
And then if I was at the $100 plan, you would multiply my usage by 20 to represent what the usage would be on their plan. So if you're on the $20 plan doing what I did, your design would be already maxed out, way maxed out. But because I'm at 13% of the 20x, that would be the equivalent of 65 something percent of the $20 plan. I think because I get 20. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
Here's how it works. Yeah. Here's how it works. For every one they get, I get 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're all good on that. So unless I just did this wrong in my head. You know what? This is a problem for ChatGPT.
Or Claude, or any of them.
Yes, so 20x is 20x of the $20 plan. That's what I was talking about. So if I'm at 13%, I think the equivalent the base is the $20 plan. Yeah, not the free plan, but the $20 plan. So if that's the base, their 1 is equal to 20 of mine.
No, your 1 is equal to 20% of theirs. So every 1%.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, multiply it by 5. Because if I've used 13% of my plan, you'd multiply that by 5, right, to get to the 100%.
Yeah, put it in. You guys could.
Okay, let's do it with real numbers. Let's say the $20 plan gets 100. We'll use an easy number. Yeah, their 100% is your 5%. Yeah. See, I did it in my head with the ratios. So sorry, I'm a human calculator here.
But you don't multiply 5% times 5 because that's 25%. That's the
you multiply 5 times my 13% because I've used 13% of my plan. So 5 times that would be the equivalent.
assume you used 5%. What do you multiply that by?
You would still multiply it by 5. So it would be the equivalent of 25% of their plan being gone would be 5% of mine. Because 5% is 20% of 25%, isn't it? Because 5 times 4 is 25. No, 5 times 5 is 25.
20 is 100. So if you...
We need to ask y'all, why does this matter? Because people are going to ask, do I need the $100 plan or can I do this? So hold on, we're going to find this answer out. But I'm going to use ChatGPT.
Is 20% of max, the $100 plan, which is 100% of the $20 plan.
Okay. We're going to get the right answer. I'm going to share chat. We have to go to my chatty, okay?
Math on a Friday.
There are 3 plans. $20, $100, and $200. The $100 plan gets 10x the usage of the 20 plan. The $200 plan, oh no, 5x. I'm sorry, you're right. It's 5x. 5 times the usage. Plan gets 20x the usage of the $20 plan. If I am on the $200 plan and I have used 13% of my usage, can you equate that to the usage someone would have on the $20 plan? This is math.
This is math.
In case it was wondering, this is math. Okay. Oh, so it would be the same as using 260% of the $20 plan. In other words, 2.6 times the full $20 plan. Is 20% of my plan not equal 100% of their plan?
It's equal to 100% of the $100 plan.
Yeah, this is what it says. Every 1% of your plan, okay, equals, so then 13 times 20 would be, okay, never mind. So $13. Oh, wait, no, now it does says 13% of your $200 plan equals 65% of the 20% of the $20 plan.
We've even confused chat. Lord, I can't take this.
Okay, you know what? Do what you can afford. There you go. That's the...
Let's figure out when it cuts you off and...
Yeah, but it did come up with mine. Danan said, y'all's is 100 and 200. Mine jumped to 150 and 250 months ago. I don't know.
That's USD. So if you're other currencies, it might be different.
Right. So, okay. Or there's also the added usage. You may have added $50 of added usage, and so it's charging you, and you don't realize it. Let's go. There was something else I was going to show you guys. Now I completely lost. Oh, the website. That's what it was. Now I remember. Yeah. Yeah, because it's super wicked cool. So the old version of the website is in your notes, but I'm going to show you the new version that it just finished with. So I'm going to present my whole screen, but I'm also going to share the sound, the audio. So hold tight here. Entire screen. Yes, you can allow and share. Be careful if you have a guest, if they will hear themselves. So we got to be quiet for just a minute and I'll just talk. Got it. And then I'll stop the share. So we're going to go back over to design and I'm going to present full screen. And we're going to hit reset. No, hard reset. Why do you have to be so difficult? Thank you. Go to the first page. Full screen. Okay, here we go. So there is an autoplay on the left here. It built all of this. I did nothing. I showed you what I gave it and what I asked for. You saw. It has a share button. So if you click share, you can email this to yourself. You can post it to X, you can post it to Facebook, you can post to LinkedIn, or you can copy the link. It's only going to copy the Future Fiction Academy link. It won't copy the link to the website. The link is in your notes because it's a temporary website. There's music, you guys. That's why I shared the music. So here's the music. And I added Meet Me on Venus, Story Physics, Safe to Land, and Neon on My Tongue. So we're going to go ahead and press play on Meet Me on Venus. I'm going to lower the volume of that so you can still hear me. And wait till you see this website. So it is a website, but it's also just like a presentation. So you have the premise about what's happening with the societies. You can always click R for reset. And then there's fast navigation over here on the right-hand side so that you can jump. This is what I added in the afternoon and why it took so long. So the core curriculum is posted and then the enrollment information. So we'll just go through it though. But I also can just press autoplay. And now it should do like 8 seconds of each one. Okay, that's too long. Okay, there we go. So it's going automatically. So we have the 5 societies. It tells you how many pathways are in each one. Claude made all of this, you guys. I didn't tell it. So the future writes in ink and code. And then it'll go to the next one. So all about ink and code. For the builders using AI, systems, and creative technology to shape the future of publishing. And there's 3 pathways on this. So this is more about ink and code. We'll go to the pathways now. There was a page that had all the pathways. You know what? We will turn autoplay off. Okay, there we go. So there's 3 pathways through ink and code. The first one will be in development is workflow, which is all about connecting app services, automation, and publishing workflows into practical systems that save time. So what you're watching me do here in demo, I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit more. There we go. What workflow does is it's all about connecting apps. It's all about like what I'm showing you right now, where my Claude talks to my Notion, talks to my Google Drive. I can just build websites and things like that. That's what this is, creative systems and workflow integration. We're building this one first for you, so it'll be all complete before October, so that you can challenge for it with all of the labs and things, so that you can build your own workflows with existing software. Same time, you'll also be seeing classes come out about small software and AI tool design. That would show you how to build this website, for example, and put it up on Railway like this one is. Then there's also interface and prompting systems design. If you saw Narrative Physics Engine and you want to learn how to make that, that's what that class will do. Now, during the month of April, you can get all access to this monthly if you do join the $249 membership, the mastermind. So you can join the mastermind accelerator level at $249. You get access to this. Starting May 1st, you can only join that level for a year at a time. And that's because we're doing all of this. Midnight drafts, exhaustion is entry. So for writers driven to create what does not yet exist and finish what only others dream of starting. So midnight drafts, there's 6 pathways here. We're going to start with craft because everybody needs craft. But we also have pathways in world building, serialized and episodic storytelling, short form, commercial genre fiction and reader promise, and narrative continuity series development. Do you have to specialize in all these pathways? Heck no. You get to pick the one that speaks to you, or the classes can make your own. So there's all this information here about this. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump to Cut and Bloom. Shape what wants to live. Again, I did not write the animation for this. I didn't design the animation. I went round and round with it for about 15 minutes because it wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. And I can't wait to do a class on this for the FFA. It's coming because this was so much fun. So Cut and Bloom, the 3 pathways, we're going to be doing dev editing first, manuscript development. Then there's applied editorial studies in voice and style. And then we also have a deep editing pathway that is about multi-voice and deep character editing. Marketing, you guys know you want marketing. Build the lantern, extend the light. And for that, I'm going to change the music to Safe to Land. So this is all about, it's the marketing society. It's not about shouting or manipulation. It's built on signal. So we have 2 pathways in this to start for the first 2 years. And that is reader-focused marketing systems. And then brand, your brand story, your creative direction, discoverability. Reader's going to be done first, and then brand will follow right behind it. So within your 1 year, you would be able to master both of these. And then there's the ledger, vision answers to reality. Stacey has an MBA and she's not afraid to use it. And you'll see that there's some quirky things here that I could fix, and I still have to do that because I had to double the. So we have the ledger, we have market, data, and the runner. So market is going to be first, market-driven publishing and revenue architecture. Data is all about data mining and slate strategy and publishing intelligence. And then Story Runner is about that way big picture where you have so much property and IP that you really need kind of like this manager persona that's handling all of it. And then the core classes that are starting, 12 core classes, 1 foundation for every pathway. The core curriculum is what's opening May 1st. Spoiler alert, you're going to be able to preview at least 2 of these classes the week before, right, Stacey? Yes. Yeah. So we have 2 in each one except Midnight Drafts and the Ledger have 3. So what are they? Workflow design for publishing operations, AI prompt systems for author workflows. These are your core classes. From Midnight Drafts, we have narrative architecture for commercial fiction, world logic and story systems, series Bible and continuity operations, developmental revision and manuscript diagnosis, human AI editorial collaboration, reader journey systems, lifecycle marketing, reader promise positioning and genre signal, and then publishing economics for creative leaders, data-informed decision models for authors and publishers, and cross-functional publishing systems lab. The goal here is that when you take those 12, you have enough about the other pathways to be a fully functioning, scaled publisher with AI, but you'll also know which pathways speak to you. So each one of these courses, if you take the data, when you take the data-informed decision models and you go through it, you're like, oh man, this is my jam. I'm going to hang out with Stacey. There's a whole pathway you can take that is nothing but data. Same thing if you do, the marketing one, which was back here. If you're a reader journey, you might find, I really need to specialize in this. And then last but not least, there's the 12 classes, 1 curriculum. Stacey, don't you just love the little rainbow thing? And it even put a gradient on showing how far we are on the presentation. And so the doors open once, May 1st. They close May 31st. We will reopen them November 1st. So that is what we are cooking in the background. If I had to build that, let me stop the music. I don't know. People may not have been as impressed with that. I don't know.
But that would have been a rough day or 2 for you to put that together, like a full turn off your phone, turn off Discord, turn off messages, just focusing on that to make that. And you did that while we were talking in a meeting, sort of.
Yes. I'm sorry, Daniel, the music is annoying. It was, people could build, you could turn it off and turn it on. I just thought it was a cool multimedia feature that you can have access to. But what it also means is that if you have a recorded audiobook, you could have those loaded, and you could have something loaded that it's loading your book to read. And so you've basically made your own personal little wrapper and something like that for people to watch and stuff. So yeah, the big thing is that a future person would have to subscribe for a year, not monthly. That is correct. We want to do all of our new onboarding in May. And then we want to be able to be doing the important stuff and not be onboarding people in June and July and August and September. So I can't believe that was built from 2 PDFs and a logo. That's all the input it had. And then I had the songs pre-made, obviously. But I can't wait for what this is going to be. Oh, got it. I was just reading the slides. So, you can read these slides yourself, and you don't have to turn the music on. The music does not automatically play. You have to turn it on if you want to. Now, the link to this is in your notes. So right here, let's, where did I put this? Right here is the link, Future Fiction Academy. Then I used Claude Design to build this from, I'm sorry. I go too fast. ChatGPT Auto. I don't know what the heck you are. People are texting me to tell me that I'm not sharing my screen. I love our group. I love it. I love it. Elizabeth, you're not sharing. This is a good, I get to be sassafras. I'm impressed, but I have to ask because it was quickly mentioned. Did you say that after May 1st, you'll have to pay for a full year rather than monthly? Isn't that a little prohibitive? My dude or dudette, we have been around for 3 years. 3 years. First year, people joined for $99. Do you know that we have more than 50% of our people from that time still paying $99 a month? They're locked in. They're legacied in. Then we did $159 and then $249. We are now 3 years old. I am so deep in AI research and stuff. You can give me Claude design, and then within 6 hours, I have a fully working product and stuff like that. So is it prohibitive? Perhaps, but the free YouTubes will still be here. There will also be a $99 light membership that we are offering that will stay monthly. Now, the $99 light membership is different from everything that we've ever offered before because the light membership is designed for you to be able to publish books with AI. There's a whole marketing curriculum to it. There is a writing curriculum, and editing curriculum, and the foundations curriculum. And there's also like the business side of it. The only thing that's missing in the $99 level is the ink and code. And that's from doing extensive talks with people that not everybody wants to learn how to make those websites and do those things. So starting in May, people who want to be a part of people who want to be a part of this ride that we're going on, it's a year commitment. Now you have a 30-day you have a 30-day refund policy, but that's what it is. Now, if it's not right for you in May, that's totally cool. You can wait till November. You can wait till never. It really doesn't hurt my feelings. I expect that there's going to be we already have 200 authors. So yeah, I'm really interested in who are the 300 to 500 authors that want to be the experts in this space, who want to go so deep that they can be just like the other instructors and founders of the FFA, where they can be given something new and they can have it figured out in like 6 to 12 hours, and they're already doing cool, innovative things. So I'm not trying to diminish what you're doing here, just I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah. So our free classes teach you how to write a book with AI. Our $99 light membership teaches you how to publish multiple books with AI. The $27.49 year course thing, it teaches you how to be like a recognized expert in the field of creative writing and publishing in AI. So we decided about a month ago that I decided, I kind of set the vision, but we decided about a month ago that the leadership is lacking. It's bad. Not a single major author group is actually teaching authors how to copyright AI writing. Not a single major author group is teaching authors how to work with AI, how to be ethical with it, how to be smart with it, how to be fast with it, how to be economical with it, or efficient. So it's like, well, we can sit on our hands and wait for someone else to come and save us, or we can save ourselves. So we're in the business of saving ourselves. So that is what the new curriculum mastermind is all about. The FFA started off with like helter skelter, panic, eight labs a week. We were just trying to figure stuff out. We now have things that are stable and that are settled. So this new curriculum is so deep and so awesome. And also, spoiler alert, one of the core classes may also find its way being made available to the $99 light membership people. We're leaning towards narrative architecture and the publishing economics for creatives, those two in particular, because we want people to go at the path that's right for them. Free, $99 a month because you're constantly publishing and you're learning the new stuff, and you come and go as you please. It's just monthly. Or you can also go to that higher tier once every 6 months, and it's a 1 year commitment. I think I remember you being at 20 Books Conference a few years ago. Yes, I taught at 20 Books in Vegas in 2022. Math is Money for Authors and Selling Mr. Darcy. In 2023, I taught AI. Actually, I started teaching a little bit of AI then. 2024, I also taught AI. My classes were packed full. 2025, I did not teach. We had a penthouse suite and we had like our own little AI thing because we got told we could not teach AI writing. We could teach AI for anything else, but we could not teach AI for writing. Meanwhile, we were in talks with a major Big 5 publisher about acquisition. So you can understand why I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Fine. You don't want me to teach on your stage what's actually happening to the industry? Not a problem. I'll do it in my penthouse. Thank you. The ROI from the new skill set is ridiculous. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I think that's where I learned about the FFA in 2023. Absolutely. And in 2023, we were $99, baby.
Yep.
Shout out in the chat. Shout out in the chat if you're an OG from the 2023s. Okay, we have more stuff to do. We have to check on things, and then we'll talk about the standalone classes and the coupon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, Melissa McGlone. OG, love you guys. Melissa, you and I go way back, girl. Way back. Look at the OGs. Danny. Harper. Roz, I hear you. Yeah, like I told you, the Lynn Jordan, OG. Lou, OG. I swear we are actually not a cult. We are just a fun club. All right, I'm going to stop that screen. Jamie is also from 2023. Jamie, I think you came in 2024, sir. You and your mama. Me too. I'm in group 2. Group 2 was great too. Group 2 was that big wave was November 2024, and we doubled in size, and that's when I learned, like, we are not doing that again. No, that was really hard. That was really, really hard. I'm still not recovered. All right, let's go ahead and share the screen and see how Claude Cowork is doing while we were busy talking about cool stuff. Yes, I know, Rochelle, the Gumroad AG. My goodness. So let's go check on how our friend is doing. So I'm in Claude Cowork. So this is the organized chapters. It's still going. It's on 1 through 29 pushed. Let's go check on the Notion real fast, and then we'll check on the other thing. So that Notion page is right here. And I have the chapters. I'll close that. We'll zoomy in. We know that it's filling some in. Let me go see what it actually said was the batch. B4 chapters 1 through 29 pushed. Okay. So it's doing a convention. So obviously I have to go to book 4. And so it says chapter 16 should be here when I open it up. So I'm going to open it up. It's got the word count. Oh my gosh. It has the actual text of the book. So it's absolutely crazy in terms of how it's uploading these things. I'll start with book 4. I'm sorry. Bless its little heart. It's done book 4, and now it's gonna do Markdown, and then it looks like the EPUB was even easier, I guess, for it. Create the Notion chapters database, populate chapter pages in Notion. I noticed the Notion response for chapters 40 to 42 returned unusual titles. Let me verify the pages were actually created correctly. You guys, it's checking its work.
Yeah, that's what I said. It'll give it an AI name, and then it'll flop back and go, oh, that's an overused name. Granted, I'm using it with some skills, so it might be checking it, but it's going back and checking its work.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what happened here. It's like they belong to existing pages in an unrelated project, not new pages. I think that book file I gave it has chapters from somebody else's book that I was promoting in the back of my book. So it'll be interesting if the previous response body was misleading. So yeah, I'll take a look at it. I don't expect it to understand that, but it did flag it. So book 4 is done. When you're ready for the next round, I can proceed. I need every single book to have full chapters. No stubs. No, okay? This is not a TLC song, okay? No stubs. You need to get your life together. You glorified toaster. Make me proud. Go. It should figure it out. I shouldn't have to tell it. You can live out your worst Devils Wear Prada, the Devil Wears Prada dreams here. Understood, Goddess Divine. Let me get a clear picture of what content exists for the other books before I start pushing. I gave you EPUBs. What is your problem?
It has to go
Working
back
on
and
it
read it every so often.
Yeah, it does. It's like, I was focused on this task. Oh, I forgot all this other stuff exists. Let me go look at that.
Although I have
Compacting.
to say there were previous versions that would just, if it forgot it exists, it just doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't go back and check. So at least it does go back and check. Oh, and the dreaded compression.
No, the compacting is okay in Claude Cowork because it actually does do a pretty decent job, and it has the full million token context, so it's understanding. And it's got the file, so we'll come back and check on this in a minute. Let's go check on our 4-act structure. Skill approvals is on. Claude can take actions. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, it started. Well, look at this, you guys. I read the manuscript, 8 chapters, 23,000 words, ending right where Mr. Bennet sends Darcy and Bingley back to London to court his daughters properly. Perfect cliffhanger. Hub page created. Now let me split the existing manuscript into clean files. Now let me create the chapter pages. Let me delegate the existing chapter uploads to a sub-agent so I save context for the actual creative writing while I push ahead on Act 2. Existing chapters are uploaded. Now the real work, writing the new chapters. Let me mark tasks and write chapter 9 myself to establish the voice, then delegate the rest to parallel sub-agents. What the fresh hell is this? It's delegating?
It's delegating to, that's new.
Oh, now I understand how it did 27,000 words in 15 minutes. It was not going sequentially. Because it had all the information of the chapters, it just whooshed and did them all.
Yeah, it was working in parallel and pushed it all out.
What the? Okay. I'm not okay. Breathe. Let's go check on the Claude usage and see how this is costing me. 46 minutes, we've moved from 13% to 29%, and it's going to reset in 46 minutes. I could not have hired someone for $200 to do this work.
Yeah, I will say it's token hungry, but it is doing it. It's not just consuming tokens for the sake of tokens. It is doing a lot of heavy lifting for those tokens. So,
yeah. So, to clarify what's going on right now, I'm live. Hi. I'm drinking my drinky drink, which is cran apple juice and water. I have a Claude that's going through my mess of 6 books that are all different formats. I've got 2 EPUBs, 2 markdown files. It's just a mess. And one of the files has 3 books in it. And then I've also got like a partial manuscript, and it's trying to make sense out of that. If I had to do that, Stacy, it would take me the better part of a day to divide all that up and copy and paste and not like go cross-eyed or like lose. I would absolutely screw up.
Yeah.
Like I would put chapter 16 of book 3 and chapter 16 of book 4, and I wouldn't have even known that I screwed it up.
Yep. And if you paid someone else, it would be way more than $200. So
it would be way more than $200. Or if it was $200, it certainly wouldn't be 1 hour and 14 minutes.
Yeah.
For them
to get that back in a couple weeks or something.
Yeah. I'll get back to you in a week or 2 and I'll have it done.
Yeah. So it, again, is it worth it? It's time versus money. Which one do you want to spend?
I think you want to start off with the $20 plan, maybe move up to the $100 plan. When I did the $200 plan last night, the group saw me because I was in a lab. I was in a madness. I set an alarm on my phone to tell me in 28 days to cancel it. So my phone will alert me. My Google Calendar will alert me, hey, cancel this. So that way I get the notification 2 days before it'll charge me again. And I will know, did I keep using it or did I have grand delusions and then quit.
And I did it sort of that. I started on the 20-month plan, and it's only when I was consistently maxing that out and having to wait for the $5 or the 5-hour window that I upgraded to the $100 plan. And now with 4.7, I am even maxing that out because I have several windows going now of stuff, but I'm doing good output. And that's when I went up to the $200 plan, which is perfectly fine. I could have waited for that window to reset. I could have had less windows going or chats. So again,
yeah,
you can test it out.
Kimberly says, that's what I do too, Stacy. I outgrew the $20 plan, and that's how I did it too. Okay, well, some of us just jump in the deep end and figure we'll swim. We'll figure out the swimming. No, it's honestly that I teach it enough, and I knew I was going to have to teach it enough. I was like, I'm going to get my $200 worth. I think I already have, because I now have one manuscript already done. I have 27,000 words on another. I've got another manuscript that's soon to be finished. So that's 2.5 manuscripts plus the 9, well, 2.25. Then the 9 chapters I've got on the other one. And then I'm finally like organizing my life on this one series that's been like my biggest earner. Thanks, Jay. Thumbs up for being a diving board person. Moonchild, we love you. It will be an income trigger for me. Absolutely. Please only spend what you can afford. Do not buy something that you're not going to get the value of. I have a catalog of books that I need to get published. I took my books down a year ago, and things got busy with the press and everything that we were doing, and, you know, inventing new stuff and also doing software and other things. So, my books are still down. So I'm trying to get to rectify that while I'm also, you know, building cool new stuff.
Yeah. So like my trigger was when I hit the limit, but your trigger can be when it's out earning that what I'm spending, even out earning it by 2x, 3x, whatever your trigger is. So just set a trigger and then you can upgrade.
Yep. Kim says, if you're in production mode, it makes sense. If you're not, you might not use it enough. It really depends on what you're focusing on. Love the Rock says, but do you have to upload the project to Cowork even if you have it in chat? No. If you're in chat, there's like a project thing. Like if you've made a project in chat, this is what I was talking about, the difference for Claude. Claude now talks to itself, which was not the case 6 months ago. So your projects in chat can talk to now Cowork. So you can just open up, when you click new project in Cowork, you can select an existing project that you already have in chat. So if you've uploaded stuff into chat, if you made it a project, if you saved skills to chat, you can bring that into Cowork. Maria Warren says, I'm going to break up with anti-gravity and try the $20 version of Claude this week. If you are already using anti-gravity and you are successful in anti-gravity, you may find Claude to be a step back for you. There is Claude Code, okay, which is on par with anti-gravity, if not, you know, doing more things. Claude Cowork is like this in-between life for people. Mostly I identify in the Cowork thing. I'm just starting to learn how to upload things to Railway and do code and do codey thingies. I'm really in the workflow space. I don't know about you, Stacy, where you identify. Are you kind of in that Cowork space? Or are you in the I code software and I put it up?
I'm more in the lower tier.
Workflow.
Yeah.
The workflow. Yeah. So I'd say Cowork is like that next step up for the co-working. So you don't need to break up with anything.
Yep. And one thing I'd like to notice or point out about Kim's thing, I am the person, if there is something on Netflix I want to watch, I subscribe to Netflix, I cancel. Then if there's something on HBO Max I want to watch, I subscribe, then I cancel. If you're in production mode, subscribe to the higher level, then cancel. Like I'm not going to say they don't care, but like that's built into their system. So when you're in editing mode or maybe like the human mode, you might just have to shift your production.
Or sabbatical mode. I'm on vacation.
Sabbatical mode
on my yacht.
Whatever. Cancel it for that month. Bring it back when you're in high production mode, or do like rough draft output. Do it all in 1 month, cancel, and then do all of the other stuff, the human stuff around that. So that is absolutely what you could do. That's
a really good idea. We should add that to the workflow class. The other thing too, I would say though, if there is something you love and it's fairly new and you are in the cheap, hold on to it with dear life, because you can be legacied into pricing that's bangarang, because all of the stuff that is successful, it's only going to go up in price. So that's the, you know what, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's the other thing May 1st y'all don't know about. That is the next race weekend. So I have all of April to do all this stuff with all of the automations and stuff. And then May 1st, I get a vacay.
Yeah. So if you were like not teaching this and maybe a little more on a price conscious budget, subscribe for April, bang out that work, cancel for May, watch your races, do some editing, read on your Kindle, you know, do that stuff and come back when you're ready again.
Yep. I'm going to add back to the stage because we need to check on some things, but I want to share with you guys too from the notes up at the, if I can find the notes. They're here somewhere. I know I kept them around. This free class is brought to you by our monthly standalone classes. Once a month, we do have standalone classes that go out. This is the last month we are offering the 50% off coupon. Future 50% off coupons
population
to the general pop. I haven't finished.
Okay.
But yeah, no, you're right. So basically it's the last month of the 50% off coupon for everybody. Starting next month, the 50% off coupon will go to the people who join our light membership, which is not available till May 1st. I know you guys I want to sign up for it. We will make sure you can sign up for it, but it is built. It is not smooth yet. So we want to smooth all that out for you to make sure that your onboarding and stuff is really, really tight. But starting in May, when standalone classes come out, the people who are at the $99 membership level, they will have the privilege of the 50% off coupon. And our standalone classes will only discount twice a year in May and in November. So that's our anniversary and Black Friday sales. So May and November, you'll be able to get a good deal on the standalone classes if you're not a member or anything. Throughout the rest of the year, we want to make sure that those standalone classes are available to our light membership. So just FYI. But this month you can actually, I don't know, when does the coupon end, Stace?
The 10 days, the 26th.
10 days.
I think Sunday. That's Sunday.
Oh, so it's like the Monday. Yeah, the Sunday. Got it.
Yeah.
The last Sunday in April.
Monday. Yeah.
So 50% off with coupon code LIGHT. And we have some really good affordable classes this month. We really worked hard on this. Alyssa, who I miss, she needs to come back from vacation, but I hope she had a wonderful time. Prompting for character-driven fiction. This class is amazing. It's $99, but again, with the 50% off coupon, you can get it for half price. You need this because it has the prompt system for characters, and she has this new system of lateral thinking that I have never seen before, and it allows the AI to think non-sequitur, non-sequenced. It has it's almost like old tree of thought, where it can consider multiple options before it picks a path. I didn't know if you knew that was in there.
Another one that had, like, you have robot brain and robot think.
So
I tend to think in systems. She has a very unique and similar way of thinking about it, and it is just amazing. Like, I just learned stuff from listening to her in general.
So do I. Cassie, love Cassie to death. She has built you guys how to build your own YFD in Raptorite. So if you're like, oh, but I'm salivating over all this Claude stuff, this class, again, half price with that LIGHT coupon code, LITE. It teaches you how to take all of those prompts that are in the back end of YFD and turn them into prompts and a sequence that you can use in Raptorite. Remember, Raptorite is completely free to use. You do just use your own key usage with open routers. So you're able to bring that cost way down, and you're actually able to get really advanced prompting in there. Another great class. Now, this is really funny. So when these classes got put out, I was told that Christina wants to make one class really, really affordable. She wants it to make so affordable that everybody can grab it. And unfortunately, they thought that was that. Somebody had said it was this build your author brand, and that's what I thought. And I was like, there is no way on this earth we are making that class a $29 class. This class gives you every freaking thing that you need for your branding. And so much so that this class is actually going to be included in the LIGHT membership next month. components of it. So there's a whole marketing section there. So if you can get the class for $99 basically with the coupon code LITE. If you're like, I don't know, you can also wait for the light membership. And there's a lot of Christina's education and stuff like that that'll be in the light membership with everything else for $99. So it'll be a good deal then too.
I think the best thing we could say for Christina, like for her bona fide, she has plenty of them. She's been writing, publishing forever, but she was the one we used for our FFA marketing. Like,
yes,
out of everyone in the world,
absolutely.
We used her for the press, and she was and is amazing.
She built every single organic marketing system that we have, which is what allowed the press to do as well as it did, because we didn't do really any paid advertising except for I think a couple of newsletter things when we did a free run on a few books, but she handled all of that. She is so talented, and she works part-time with us because her full-time work is her books. She basically works with us because she likes the work and we're all friends. Not because she has to. She likes the community with us. She likes the community with us. But also Christina is now available, correct, for coaching.
Yes, we've only put that out to members so far.
Just kidding.
Well, if we could get the email dean@futurefiction.academy.com. We have some, we could get you the information if you're interested. Yeah,
we'll discuss. How to bulk create with Canva. This is the $29, $30 class, $29.99. This class shows you how to bulk create with Canva, making 100 pieces of book marketing. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there are plenty of YouTube tutorials out there on how to use bulk create with Canva. I love many of them. There's Ronnie and his wife that they have a Canva create channel, and I love their channel, and they show you how to do bulk marketing. The problem is, they teach you how to do generic marketing, like you're doing a product. I don't know how many times of these tutorials I've watched people show me how to make graphics of shoes or headphones.
Who is selling that many shoe stores or whatever?
I'm not selling shoes. So Christina teaches you how to make the TikTok slides, the reels, the quote cards, the trope graphics in about 20 minutes using the bulk create and done for you templates, and how to use, I think that there's also AI in there, right, for how to get all those things made. So that is a fantastic class.
The coupon does not apply to that one because it's already just $30, but it will stay at $30. So
it will stay at $30. Kimberly, she's in the house. She has delivered editing with Claude Skills. So this is an ink and code class. It is $3.99 regular price. You can get it for half price. This is about building the portable Claude Skills editing toolkit with your own voice DNA, and it takes your manuscript from rough draft to polished final without flattening your voice. Kimberly she's in the chat right now, so she should be talking about this herself. But the reality is, Kimberly figured out how to mass produce manuscripts last year with anti-gravity. And then she found the problem of okay, I've got all these manuscripts, now I got to get through the editing of them. She has also edited for the press. She has edited for other authors as well. So she is a talented editor. She is a badass woman where it comes to AI and all of the systems and anti-gravity. And so she has built for you this entire system that you can use Claude Skills for editing. And bonus is if you grab Carlos' class, which is so much deep work, and how I actually used this class earlier today when I was trying to figure some stuff out with Cowork. He shows you how to make all of the different files and everything like that, and live dashboards from an empty folder, so you can hand it real author work instead of just questions. So if you're watching me tonight and you're like, Elizabeth, you're too fast. I'm always too fast. There is that class for you. And again, you can pick that class up for $99, and it's going to save you so much.
One thing I'll say about Kim's class real fast too, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, Kim, but she gives away the Claude skills. So she doesn't even just show you how to make Claude skills. She gives you Claude skills. And frankly, I've seen Claude skills for sale out there for about the same or more than the class costs.
Yeah.
Plus, we're not just giving you a PDF on how to upload them. We're teaching you how to, Kim is teaching you how to make these, how to continue these. If you, it's bonkers. So $4.99 half price for, what is that, 200? That is insane.
And if all of these classes, you're like, I want them all, like Pokemon, again, you can just join the membership. You immediately have all of these classes for the membership. So the $249 price, the monthly class, the monthly membership, you get all those classes. You also get all the previous standalone classes that we have. You get everything that we do, and you're also going to be able to get all of the new stuff. And if you're really unsure, be like me. Just go in and click cancel when you join so that it won't charge you that next month. But if you do that, just fair warning, in May, you can't come crying to me and being like, I canceled it and then I want back in. We're not doing that. It'll be after May 1st. People who want to come back in, they have to commit for a year or more. And then we won't have the drain of the customer service in the gap months where we can actually focus on scholarship. That's really what we're trying to do. We want to be able to have four to 5 good months out of each 6 month where we are focusing on research and scholarship and publishing and writing, and not, can you help me with my Teachable account and my payment form and my, no, thank you.
Yeah, we need to dedicate it to the next level sort of thing. Oh,
Yes.
I love Carlo. He's like talking up other people's, like, that is just the whole vibe of the FFA. Like, they are just
really
so
is.
excited to help one another, each other, everyone new that comes in, us. So, and she says Kim's Claude skills are what AI likes to call battle tested. Yep, they are a workhorse daily skills.
And Jay says, if you take the class and have questions, Kim will answer on Discord. I know from experience. That's true. We have a lot of different small groups. I know Kim still kind of holds the small group every other Sunday or every Sunday or so with Ink and Code, and it's internal to the FFA. As Rachel says, Kim is fantastic and so generous. I agree. Kim, I'm going to tell you.
Herself is so like fantastic and generous as well. Like, it's amazing.
But I got to tell Kim something. A few times tonight, I almost called him Claudikins. So he's growing on me. I almost called him Claudikins a couple of times tonight. I didn't, because I don't want to. I want to come up with a better name for him. But let's go check on the glorified toaster and see what's going on that he is working on. So I'm going to put us back at the bottom here, and we're back in Cowork. So this is the one that is just doing its own thing. So it's already done chapters 9 through 15, 20,000 words, 16 through 22, 19,000 words, 14,000 words. It hit it. Every concealed secret from the Bible pays off. Lady Catherine's 500-pound bribe. The Viscount's gambling debts. Caroline's intercepted letters. Wickham's wife in Ramsgate. Mr. Bennet's 20-year shame over the entail settlement. All land. The book closes on the inverted promise. The Darcys of Pemberley have at last run out of things to conceal. What? I don't even remember that stuff in here. Apparently it knows this is a Friday because it says otherwise. Oh, 2 revision notes for you. Chapter 21 came in short and wants one more scene. Chapter 16 through 18 may have a small sidebar title quirk in Notion's database views that's worth a glance. Otherwise, this is a draft you can take into revision on Monday morning. 100 authors watching and your book is finished. Congratulations, Goddess Divine. Yay. So that thing you guys watched me get that thing started live, right? Yeah, we did that live.
Yeah, because you even said, I'm doing this live, which is why you called back to that.
Let's pick a chapter. What chapter do we want to look at?
Jane
where
Unveiled.
the hell is this? Jane Unveiled, that's what we want? Okay.
20.
So you're leaving Claude to visit the external link. So I'm going to go open that link. And it's taking me to Notion. Let's view. It's got a status. Jane put on her second best bonnet, the one with the gray ribbons, because the first best had a cream ribbon and she did not wish to look well. She came down the stairs at Grace Church Street at 10:30 in the morning with her reticule on her wrist and her gloves buttoned, and she stopped in the passage to look at herself in the little oval glass Aunt Gardner kept by the hat stand. A pale girl looked back at her. Pale hair, pale eyes, pale mouth. Everyone all her life had called that face sweet. Jane had come to regard it over the past fortnight as the most useful disguise a woman could be born into. She adjusted the ribbon under her chin. Oh, Jane's about to get into some mischief. Shit. She stepped out onto Grace Church Street. She walked 2 streets over to a stand where the hackney coaches waited, and she engaged one. Richmond, please, she said. The house of Mrs. Hurst, Somerset Lodge on the River Road. I am expected, she added, with the pleasant smile that had all her life caused people to believe her. She was not expected. It was nearly an hour's drive. Jane sat with her hands folded in her lap and watched London thin into market gardens and market gardens thin into hedgerows. She did not rehearse what she meant to say. She had done the rehearsing the night before. At 2 a.m, by the single candle in the room she shared with Lizzie, while Lizzie slept the exhausted sleep of someone who has wept herself into it. Jane had sat up in the chair by the window with her knees drawn to her chin and made a list in her head of every piece of evidence she had gathered since November. She had been gathering patiently for 5 months. No one had noticed. That too was useful. Is anyone else hooked on this and wants to know what the hell is going on?
Jane's a bad girl. I never thought that.
Let's get to the dialogue. Somerset Lodge was a small Palladian villa set back from the Richmond Road in a garden that had been elegant in 1780 and was merely tired now. That's some shade. Jane gave her card to the manservant at the door. Miss Bennet, it said plainly, and waited in the hall. She heard a quick footstep on the floor above, a pause. The footstep resumed, slower. Caroline Bingley came down the staircase holding the card in one hand. She was in a morning dress of pale lemon sarcenet that did not suit her coloring and had, Jane judged, been selected in haste. Her hair had been dressed once today and then sat upon. Miss Bennet, she said, what an unlooked-for pleasure. Miss Bingley, Jane did not move from the hall tiles. I should like a quarter of an hour of your time, in private, if you please. My sister is upstairs with a headache, I understand. I passed her woman on the drive, she told me. A quarter of an hour, Miss Bingley. Okay. Caroline's mouth opened. It closed. Jane had never, in all the time they had been acquainted, seen Caroline Bingley at a loss for a sentence. It was interesting to watch. It was also, Jane found, less satisfying than she had expected. The morning room, Caroline said at last. The morning room was yellow. Everything in it was yellow. Wallpaper, curtains, upholstery, as if Mrs. Hurst had decided at some previous date that cheerfulness could be imposed by decoration. Caroline shut the door behind them. She did not sit. Jane did not sit either. Well, Caroline said, her voice had found its edge again. If this is about my brother, I must tell you plainly, it is not about your brother. Then, Miss Bingley. Jane took off her gloves slowly, one finger at a time, and laid them on the little yellow table at her elbow. She did it because she wanted her hands free and because she wanted Caroline to watch her do it. I know about the letters. A pause. I do not know what you mean. I think you do. I shall tell you what I know, and you will tell me whether I am mistaken. Jane drew a slow breath. She had practiced this in her head, she found, now that her voice was perfectly steady. In December, you paid a footman in Mr. Darcy's London establishment 4 guineas to bring you 3 letters that had arrived from Peverley. In January, you paid him 6 guineas for a further packet. In February, the footman took fright, and you engaged instead a clerk in the office of Mr. Darcy's moneylender. Mr. Darcy does not use a moneylender, as you of course know, but his cousin Viscount Ashington does, and the clerk handled both accounts. That clerk gave you letters in the Viscount's own hand. You paid him, if my information is correct, £12 in March and again in April. What? Who told you? I shall come to that. You collected, besides these, a number of notes and drafts of notes from Mr. Darcy's writing desk when you were a guest under his roof at Christmas. A manservant observed you leaving the library at an hour when you had no business in it. He reported it to the housekeeper. The housekeeper, who was a discreet woman, did not report it to her master, but she did mention it, in the ordinary way of servants' gossip, to a sister of hers who happens to be service in Cheapside with my aunt. Your aunt? My Aunt Gardner has a great many friends, Miss Bingley. She listens to all of them. I have been listening to her since November. Okay, I think this is good. I'm going to say I am impressed with the writing style. April says the glove removal is the Regency equivalency of taking your earrings off before 5. Like, Jane's taking her earrings off. Rochelle's like, I want to find out what the letters are about. Oh my gosh, writer by luck. I have written 175 books due to the FFA. I think that's Ingrid. That's a horse. That's got to be Ingrid. Ingrid has been with us since the very beginning, by the way. So that's 3 years of talent there. Not that it's not still very impressive. Ingrid is amazing. And there is an interview with her from the summer on this channel. Yeah, there's a horse. Yes. Yes, Kimberly. He gets Claudikins. Raise a glass to Claudikins. You're going to have talk stays.
Yeah, because things are just coming so fast. Like what you said, when did we have our meeting? Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday? It was yesterday. Jeez almighty.
Which meeting? The meeting where Joe made fun of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was having a mild panic attack.
You're having a panic attack / existential crisis. And Joe's like, yeah, you should be happy about this. You said it was going to happen.
He kept trying to get me over it. He kept trying to get me over it. He's like, can't you be happy? I'm like, no, I'm mad. We're overwhelmed.
You two do feelings very differently. It's adorable.
Stacey, I have another completed manuscript. That's 2 today.
I'm running, like, every time you see my eyes go to the side, it's me looking at my what I'm running over here on the side screen. Like, I am running words while we're in this YouTube live.
Yeah. I can't with this. I effing can't with this.
Yeah.
Should we go check to see what's going on with the series mess? Because that's the other crazy part of this. Like, it's not just that it's doing that. It's also that it's also doing something else too in parallel. Like, it's got multiple things. And then as it's doing these tasks, it's learning about me and it's understanding more and more, which makes it easier and easier every time we want to do a Jane Austen fan fiction task. Same thing with the F1 romance. So I've got an F1 romance going too. And the writing, can we take a look at that writing quality real fast so we can see the difference in the writing?
Yeah.
With Claude 4.7, because I don't want to hear it from people that you can't get this thing to write. Let me show you a completely different writing style.
And while you're pulling that up, like, just my daily, like, I work for I do the FFA stuff full time as well. So I'll sit down in the morning, pull up my FFA stuff. I pull up Claude or my Claude desktop and I start that running and then start doing work. And I'm kind of back and forth just checking on it, but I have constantly like, I have dedicated writing time, as in I have to go over it, edit it, really put that human touch on it. But all day is my writing time now. Like, it can be.
What the heck is this? Why did I just get open in anti-gravity? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh
no, that is your default. That's your computer. Mine has open in Typora, which is my markdown writing file. So it's whatever your computer has.
This also means you could run out of your usage of Claude if you're on the $20 account and you can go take it to anti-gravity.
Yes. In my class today, someone was saying that was like how they mitigated usage. Claude will tell you how to use other tools to make up that downtime. Like, how can I have access to X, Y, and Z. What can I do to move the story forward while you're in your cool off time to get my usage back again?
Okay. So I accidentally clicked the button for anti-gravity and it just opened it in anti-gravity.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not signed in right now. And yes, I trust the workspace. Continue. It's my workspace. But it does have all of the writing here for this. Anti-gravity in the downloads file. No, not right now. I'm you know what, anti-gravity, I'm not messing with you right now. I haven't updated you in a while. This is not an anti-gravity class. Come back. So I'm back in Cowork. What I love about Cowork is that you can also stay out of your browser if you are someone who gets distracted with doom scrolling. You can literally be in your chat, your Cowork, and your code all in one area. So I'm coming over to this chat. This is something that we were working on last night. And I work in Markdown. I like Markdown. So the prologue is this one. So I will read a little bit of this so that you can see the completely different writing style. This is the F1 romance. So this is Keen. Saturday, 11 January, the Wolfgang Reiner season gala, Monaco. Monaco in January, a small country, a sport that travels to 24 cities a year. For one night, everyone is in the same room. Wolfgang is introducing me to the prince, second time in my career. The prince does not pretend he remembers the first. Mr. How do you say that last name? Arroyo? I think. Mr. Arroyo.
I think so.
Yeah, your Serene Highness. Congratulations on your 6th. Thank you, sir. My engineer still corrects me when I try to take credit. He laughs. Wolfgang laughs. Wolfgang's wife laughs. Please do not break anything tonight, the prince says before he moves on. We have only recently refurbished the ceiling. Wolfgang, without turning his head, he is not joking about the ceiling. I will not break the ceiling. I know you will not, although I am concerned about the American. The actor? Specifically. He has been looking at me for an hour. I'll find him a director to talk to, please. In exchange for which you will stand through the remaining photographs without complaint. When can I have a drink? After the photographs, Keen. You are the photograph. The gala room at the Hotel Hermitage is gold at 10 in the evening. 300 people, give or take. Every team principal, every driver on the grid, the 4 biggest sponsor CEOs, 2 members of a European royal family, and the American actor. He has brought a share of a mid-tier team this year. He keeps looking at me from across the room. He thinks we are going to be friends. We are not going to be friends. I will spend the rest of my life politely acknowledging him. Matteo finds me on the edge of the photograph zone with the second drink I have not yet been allowed to accept. Stronzo, he says, in the tone he uses when he's been looking for me for 15 minutes and would like me to know it. I've been standing here for an hour. You look tired. I have been standing here for an hour. Come. He takes the glass from Wolfgang's assistant before Wolfgang's assistant has finished extending it. Wolfgang's assistant is too well trained to react. Matteo puts the glass in my hand and walks me away from the photograph zone. He's been extracting me from parties like this since I was 24. Elisa sends her love. She's not coming. Chiara has the flu. The 6-year-old or the 9-year-old? The 6-year-old. The 9-year-old has the opposite problem. She's telling me what I should do in the car. She is right. She is. I'll have to stop taking advice from her when she's 12. At that point, I can no longer tell her she's too young to understand the sport. Drinking. The gala has the acoustic of a gala. 300 conversations at polite volume. A pianist I cannot see. I'm 6 weeks out from Melbourne. 8 weeks out from my first preseason test. That's a mistake that I would have to fix in editing. 3 hours into a tuxedo that cost more than the Rotax engine my father rebuilt for me in 1995. Halfway through my second drink, the one I was not supposed to have, which Matteo is now holding for me. Teddy Ashworth Pell comes through the crowd from the direction of the bar with 2 more drinks and a green. Kino! Edward. Do not call me Edward. Do not call me Kino. Sophie wants to know if you're coming to the thing at the house in August. Tell Sophie I'm coming to the thing at the house in August. I told Sophie you were coming to the thing at the house in August. She requires confirmation from your actual mouth. I am coming to the thing at the house in August. Recorded. Matteo, you as well. Now, I would add here that he gets out his phone. Like, I would break up this dialogue. This is a problem with 4.7 where it repeats the dialogue. I'm okay with it here because this is a party and that's kind of like what happens. And I laughed at it, honestly, because it was like recorded. Matteo, you as well. I'm in Montreal on the 23rd. The thing is on the 29th. Then I am at the thing. And this is my favorite part here. Teddy is 41. He was my teammate in F3 in 2009. He broke his left arm and 3 vertebrae at Spa in 2015 and retired that winter. He married Sophie the following summer. For the last decade, he has been the person in my life who is most aggressively indifferent to my being the reigning world champion. At a dinner at his house in Luberon last year, he told me, in front of 6 other people, that I was the 3rd most interesting person at the table. I asked who the 1st and 2nd were. My wife, he said, and the dog. I love him for it. Who is here, he says. Everybody. Who is here that I'm pretending I am not looking for? Sophie is at the Matteo gestures. The thing near the second bar with Saskia Wooters. Good. Excellent. I'm going to go there. Your wife is there. I am going to see my wife, Matteo. Yes, that's the first thing I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to ask Saskia about her son. The third thing is I'm going to leave the conversation before it becomes about paddock scheduling. He goes. Matteo looks at me. You knew she would be here. I knew there was a chance. Do not do the thing. I am looking at the ceiling. You are looking at me. I'm looking adjacent to you. Drink your drink. I drink my drink. He smiles at nothing and drinks his. Across the room, past the ice sculpture of a 1967 racing car that has been failing since 9:30, past Teddy's shoulders, past a woman I do not know, I see her. Dark green dress. I have never in 11 years seen her in dark green. And then it goes to her point of view. I think that's completely different than what I got in the other one.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a completely different writing style from what I got from, and there's work I want to play with that. Like, I want to add more like stuff in there. I want to add like the phone. I want him to take a selfie. I want to add in a little, but this is not a story that I can have the AI just like run through, because I don't have the outline fully. I'm still kind of like feeling my way with the F1 romances and stuff and what I want to do in that genre. I'm experimenting with that because the next chapter for that actually has it has like a montage kind of a thing that I'm experimenting. I'm going to kind of play with transmedia a little bit with that, I think, so that I have a website that has like the tracks, because I'm making everything up. It's not the FIA, it's the IMC that's in charge, International Motor People or whatever. And the championship are their laurels. It's the victory laurels or something like that. So I wanted to imagine something different than what we've got. That one probably started fresh with its default style, and I'm still working on it. The other one already had my writing, like they're saying in the chat, that it had the novella. Okay, now what are you working on? Because you're pushing buttons over there.
No, I'm not. I'm working on Cozy Fantasy. So I have I have a workflow. It's planning out a series for me right now. I'm excited about
Good.
it. I'm excited about the whole thing. Like you kept me for an hour and a half. I got to get back to my stories.
So I think we should do one last test. I think we should go to design, and we should see if design can make a book cover. Maybe.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I wonder.
Do we like that idea?
We could try it, especially because
I've never done this.
Yeah, so this is it might fail, but
it might fail. So I'm going to come over here to the design area, and I'm going to go home. And this is all about learn about design, the quick tutorial. I'll show you, like you can go through it and it'll tell you a little bit about it. Prototype, I'm going to do an other. Project name, I'm going to go book cover, create. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say I have an F1 series romance that I am working on that will become a much larger series. I need a whole branding kit for this series. It's called Box. It is not going to have F1 on it or anything trademarked. Pretend you are a publishing book marketing designer and make me 3 mood boards, branding, etc. The author name, I haven't decided what the author name is going to be. Should I do Sydney Marsh, you think? I think so. Will be
right
Sydney
now we
Marsh.
can do it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's Sydney Marsh. The book titles will be puns, maybe? I don't know. No, because that's what everybody else does. The book titles will sound like old song titles.
Oh, I like that.
There will be 13 books for a season, and groups of 13 books per season plus 2 bonuses of off season and the break for 3 groups of 5. What do you have? I have no idea if it can do this. We're going to find out.
Let's see.
You can start with a sketch. Claude has some questions.
Of course, Claude does.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Heat level of the series. Closed door clean, behind the scenes spicy. Spicy is frequent on the page. So we're going to go with spicy. I like object forward. Ooh, I like vintage pulp. I like Lux. Oh, I love Lux monochrome. Explore a few options. Yeah. And I like photographic and cinematic. Tone, glamour and jet set. Absolutely. Rivals to lovers. Yes. Found family. Yes.
Yes.
Soap opera.
Ooh.
Tell me more about the 3 groups of 5+2. Are the 3 groups distinct acts? Flyaways, championship one? Yes. So there's 13 races, and each book is a race. And then the 2 bonuses are the 3-week break and the off season. A few book titles. You said old songs. You know what? Can you make these up? Like, it already thinks of like classic rock, I think would be kind of a cool thing. But then like they're younger. So like Go Your Own Way. Yeah, I like that. 80s power ballads. Mix of eras. Yeah. Think like target demographic is women aged 25 to 50. Should characters appear on the covers? I don't know. I think.
Which style did you go for again? Was it photographic?
It wasn't illustrated. It was like monochrome, explore a few options. Can I just be a mix across directions? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. How visible should the box? I think it's prominent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, series title is bigger than the book title. Yeah. What would you want in each mood board? Oh, I want a logo. I want a color palette. I want typography. I want a spine lineup. I want, book covers. I want the grid sample. I want the mood. All. I want, let's go all. I hate Diana Gabaldon's book covers. I mean, I don't actually, but for this, I don't. I'm trying to explain. Primary audience, book talk, F1 fans, both equally.
Oh, you can only choose.
How would you like the 3 mood boards presented?
Decide for me.
Decide for me. Continue. I think this is a great place to end this live.
Yeah, you can see all the outcomes in the after party since it'll take a few minutes.
Writing title, JS. Let me scaffold the main file first so you can see the progress. Useful info. Run walnuts over scratched wood furniture. The oil fills the scratches.
I love it. Like, it's honestly been saying weird but good things.
It says all kinds of stuff. It's already making things. It just made the titles JS. The fastest way to finish a design is to ship it. Okay, now we're just here for the sassy Claude.
Yeah.
Now we're just here. You can attach files if you wanted to give information here. You can also record your voice import, and you can also import files from Figma and things like that. So I went as broad as I possibly could. A prototype nobody clicks is just a painting.
Yeah. True. Facts.
Okay, we've got an HTML. We have a direction. I think this is not going to be very long. Use the gear next to the send button to change model. Oh, well, that's helpful. So this is doing Opus 4.7, but you can change. You can get Opus 3. You can get Opus 4.6. I don't know what the hell you'd use Haiku 4.54, but sure. Now let me build direction A, Grand Prix Pulp. This will be a 70s race poster direction, high saturation, illustrated, bold typography. I think that would make sense if I was setting it in that time period, but I'm not. But now that gives me an idea to do that. So it's like contemporary.
Yeah.
Mount a local folder from the import menu. Claude, read your code base live, no copying. That's so that you could have code here of something, and then you can give it to this, and it'll design your user interface for you. And I want to tell you, Stacy, between this and I watched Matt Wolf this afternoon, and what is coming in ChatGPT stuff and what they're showing, how some of the features here. Canva this morning, when April and I watched the videos together of their AI 2.0 that's not out yet, they said that they've been working closely with Anthropic and OpenAI. All the features that are coming to Canva's AI 2.0 are pretty much in this design thing. Like, one of the things you can do is you can't do it here right now because this is running. But I don't know if I leave it, if it'll still run. Probably. I don't know. I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit. But once this finishes, you can it has the ability that you can circle it, and it takes a screenshot, and you just put the notes, and it sends a screenshot into the chat for you automatically of what the problem is that you've circled, of fix that margin or fix this problem with the design. It's like working with a real design. I don't want to say that because real designers are also amazing, real human designers. It simulates working with an actual designer where you can actually mark things up and you can send it back.
But it's simplified the workflow for sure.
Yes. Okay, so the build directions are Grand Prix Pulp, Monte Carlo Midnight, and Checkered Heart. Now, here's what's crazy about this. You could have the same books with different book covers so that readers have to collect them all. And it's I can only get these over on Curious. I can get these over on Amazon. These are the special edition with the iridescent digital cover that moves.
Oh, yeah.
Freeze gum with an ice cube for 2 minutes. It peels right off shoes.
Okay.
Whoever did that feature, they deserve a raise. Okay, so it's doing direction A, wrote the paddock, leave multiple comments before sending, they'll all batch into one message. Materials and finish. I have no idea what this is going to do. I think Christina's going to kill me. But all of these things, there's going to be a limit. It's a good thing to learn from it. And there's Dasha.
Oh.
But come on, Dasha. But nothing is going to fully replace the inspiration and stuff of a truly talented designer.
Yeah, we've been saying that. Even as far as the movie stuff has come, I will never be good at my current skill level. I will never be good at making AI movies because I just don't know anything about camera angles, or I don't even know what I don't know. Lenses, all that stuff. I don't know that. I could learn it and then I could get better at it. But the same way someone who doesn't have a background in writing and haven't spent time learning any of that, they're never going to get a good novel out of it.
Stacy, microwave a damp paper towel for 30 seconds. Crud wipes right off with it. The napkin sketch tool lets you draw freehand. Great for rough layouts. No, I agree with you. So design is not your forte because you're so good at systems and other areas. That's where your talent is.
Yeah, I just haven't spent, and I just, bless my heart, I don't have a natural eye for it. I haven't spent time learning it. So my designs will always, always, always be inferior to somebody who has spent time learning it, AI or otherwise. And that's, yeah. So that's, again,
a lot of it is practice, definitely.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of bad designs in my time. A rubber band over a stripped screw head gives enough grip to turn it. I did not know that one. That's a new tip for me.
Oh, that's good. At just like a pickle jar grippy thing. I guess the rubber band would work for a screw.
Of a stripped screw head gives enough grip to turn it. Usually I just use pliers. Store bread in the freezer. Toasting it from frozen tastes better than fresh. I feel like that's a matter of an opinion.
I was about to say, I don't know about that, but
is this because I called it a glorified toaster and now thinks it is a really, it understands toast? You don't know toast, Claude.
I know.
The share menu lets you export PowerPoint, PDF, or a folder to give to Claude Code. So this is the other cool thing about design. You could design a user interface, from a napkin scratch, of what you want your ideal writing environment to be, and then hand it over to Claude Code and it can code it up for you. Every pixel argues for attention. Most should lose. That's fair. That's fair.
That is the first one I've seen repeat. We saw that one earlier in the day.
Oh, no, that one repeated. The gum has repeated for me. I was here for a long time. The walnut thing happens a lot. It feels like it goes in an order. Maybe the best design system is the one nobody notices. Amen on that. My sister gave me a sticker that says, be as limitless as a potato. Because you can use it for anything.
That's true. It can even make a clock.
You know, Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, yeah, I was about to say, you can even make a clock with a potato. So,
Yeah. I'm like, this is annoying. It's been 7 minutes that it's been working on, I don't know, the entire freaking design of 3 different directions. So we'll let this go for just a little bit so that we can,
you can also do it in
come
the
back.
after party.
We can, but I feel like that's mean to the people. I'm like, I don't want to do that for the YouTube. If you need to go, I understand. We can say farewell to Stacy.
I think
but
I might
I
have
don't
to
want to do
drop
that.
out.
Yeah,
Way
I get
past my
it. I get it. So the manuscript one did finish. So that was a check. The organize the book chapters into Notion. It's now on book 2. I don't know why. So it worked itself out. It's done quite a bit. Book 5 and 6 task update. It did all of these. It saved the idea maps for 2, 3, 5, and 6. Compare book 1, chapter 28 and 29. Known issues. Working on it. So this one's probably going to go for a little while. And also, we can look at how much I've spent in Claude. So I lost my... Oh, because I'm in it. Duh, Elizabeth. Usage. Oh, we reset. So I have no idea how close I got. We are getting really close to the end of my design usage for the week. So I don't know what I'm going to do about not getting more design credits until next Friday at midnight. That's bullshit. Or is it Friday at 11:59 a.m.? That already happened. Claude Design is in research preview with its own weekly limit. Usage here doesn't count towards your other limits. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use my extra one. I still have my $200 extra credit that I can use. I haven't spent anything. All models, I've used 13% of what I'm allowed to use for the week without upping it. And then I'm at 2% because it reset 7 minutes ago. And now the book covers. Prototype starts at wireframe, moves to hi-fi, and ends as a working interactive app. Okay, so we will stop the share here, and as soon as I have something... Oh, Stacy just like pieced out sauerkraut. Maybe she's still there. Okay, she is. Sorry, we both tried. So I think we can say farewell to you because it is your bedtime. And no, I'm not going to do that. That's mean. I agree. I'm not going to hold back until we get to the thing. And oh, by the way, Firebird, you can also come to the, if you're who I think you are, on Discord, and you went to the Melbourne race, you can come to the after party. You have access to that. So you should come. What is this here? I'm trying to catch up on the walnut thing. I just joined. Where can we find the steps Elizabeth used to create 67,000 word novel with Cowork and Notion? Yeah, just start it over. Sorry. Thank you for handling that. Love Duroc. Claude is insane. It has my brain going in all different directions now. Yes, we have converted the skeptic. I love it. I was the skeptic. I was like, I'm not doing Claude. Forget that. We still have 97 people in the room. So please like this video. We really worked hard tonight to make sure that I wanted you guys to have author applications. There's lots of tutorials on YouTube all about Claude Cowork, all about Claude Code. And they mostly show you how to like be a marketer or be like a nonfiction type, like I'm going to run my business, but I sell widgets. Yeah, I sell headphones. I sell things like that. He already got that nickname. I'm going to have to come up with his own nickname. Okay. So listen, I loved Claude before any of you. Thanks to my role with Pseudowrite, I did get to actually see Claude before it was available in Slack to everybody. So I was working with Claude for 3 months before everybody else in the author community. So that was Claude 1.0.
That is.
Oh, I think that's right. I like that. Claudio. Claudio. That feels, yeah. Kim can have Claudikins. I will have Claudio. And when he's bad and he's in trouble, then he is GT because he is the glorified toaster. Yes, I did call him my boyfriend way back when. Claudio, my Romeo. EAW and Claude's frenemies to lovers arc has reached its peak until the next model drops and it pisses me off. It's doing a
black
thing.
moment.
So this is where some of the problems are. 4.7 is like obedient to a fault. It's really obedient. The old Claude's not so much. And I think that's where people are having problems with the prompting because they're used to kind of like loosey-goosey, I think. And you can't be loosey-goosey with Claude with the newer Claudes. You need to be specific. You need to tell it exactly what you want. And if you don't know what you want, then you need to trigger it and tell it needs to ask you questions so that you can answer what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 cheers for the obedient Claude. What did you get done, Stace?
My notebook and filling it out. Like multitasking here. Like I always anymore. I always have my Claude desktop window open, and anytime like I'm at a lull, I can run this next. I can run the next chapter, run the next blueprint, run the whatever. So
I will say one thing I talked about Steph with today. Her and her husband are super, super like advanced with computers and stuff like that. Keith works for a very big known company. I think I've said it before on the live, but I'm not sure. But he does work for a company that is very big and stuff like that. So security is important. So they actually she has not actually installed Claude Cowork or anything on her computer because she wants to purchase a dedicated computer just for it. So that is another level of security that you can do just so that you can make sure there's no personal information on that computer. There's no information and something like that could get out. It's only the working computer. It's only the working computer that one touches. Okay, I'm not going to share that comment, but I will say, there's part of it. There's part of this that is hype where it comes to Mythos. There is an element of the Mythos thing of like, oh, it's too dangerous to release. That is a little hypey. Okay. Which I think actually helped 4.7 stock rise. Stacey, you don't have to stay for this. I'll just chitty chat with them on my
good.
own.
I am going to.
Good night.
Night, everybody.
Yeah. You know me, I'll wax poetically about anything. So now what I can actually do is I can share my screen and I can be half me. Oh, no, that did not work. Little me. There we go. And we'll sit and we'll wait in anticipation. Oh my gosh, we got it. Oh, Stacy, you just missed it. Okay, I gotta make sure that this is nice and big. So I'll go down below. And here you guys go. Are you ready? Are you ready for this jelly? Here we go. Can you guys see that nice and big? I just want to make sure. I can't see. Hold on. Let me close that a little bit. And then kind of see what's going on here. Oh, that does not help. Okay. I will make it bigger. Hopefully you guys can see what I can see. Box. A Siri branding kit for Sydney Marsh, 3 directions, 15 books. So this is the Grand Prix pulp. So I even love this box with the box black filled in and then outlined and then filled in. A season of fast cars, slow burns, and songs your mother used to play. Think the dust jacket glamour of a 1974 Silverstone program married to the emotional stakes of a grocery store paperback. This direction leans into illustration over photography. Each cover is its own poster object. Sun warped vinyl. How this the tweaks thing, if I don't want to see that, I can take it off. A motel pool at 2 a.m. The jukebox playing something your father loved. A kiss that tastes like champagne and engine coolant. The logo lockups. I don't think the logos work. So here's how you do this. Watch this. I'm going to click edit. And when I click edit, I can draw, I'm sorry, it's draw. That's what I want to do. I want to draw, and I can highlight these logos, and I can say, it says just type anywhere to add a note. The logo box is missing a box. I'm zoomed in super much, so that's where we have sun bleached grid. I love these colors. So when I highlight this, oh, they are in there. So actually I need to cancel this now. How do I cancel it? I think I just go back. Cancel. The strokes and notes will be lost. Yes, discard. Okay. So I was just too zoomed in. So when I zoom to like normal size to 100%, you can actually see it this way. So, but I'll zoom in a little bit more. I think BBB as a stamp doesn't work. I don't like that one. I do like these. I pretty much like the best of this. So I kind of want an outline. So I want one of them to be outlined. So that could be something that I mark it up with. So I could do a comment, and I can comment on this one. I really like the idea of 2 box being solid stroke and the middle box being an outline. So I can just click comment, and all of that'll get sent at one time, and it's linked to that particular part of it. So the sun bleached grid, we have Oxblood, we have Ferrari Sunset, Champagne Mustard, British Racing, Azzurro Sky, Dusty Rose. I mean, I love these colors. These colors are fantastic. We have a type system. We have Act 1 Lights Out, Heartline Fever, Sunset in the Slipstream, Queen of the Long Way Home, Midnight at Monaco, and Wildfire Sunday. And then you look at the shelf. You guys, I've got to see your comments on this. This is too much. I can't. I'm sorry. I have got to see your comments on this. We're definitely talking about this in the after party. Okay, we're definitely talking about, there's an Instagram grid. Look at this thing. Whoever crosses the line first loses her forever. Last lap, Abu Dhabi. Oh, this is so hot. So hot. The paddock, I don't know what these are for. I see. Oh, it's colors. Okay, so these are the characters. So you have the heiress, daughter of the team principal, 3 languages, 1 trust fund, 0 patience. Oh, I love her already. The press officer, our recurring heroine, 29, Brooklyn via Milan. She writes the lies he tells at press conferences. The rookie, 22, Australian, raised on bush tracks, sunburn, silver chain, laughs at funerals. The champion, 30s, British, a smile that changes by the hour, linen suits, broken knuckles, a tattoo of his mother's birthday. Materials, mohawk, vellum cream, gold foil, series mark, title deboss, sprayed edges, act colored. I'm in love with this. This is amazing. All right, let's see the other ones. So the way I see the other ones is I just click on the Monte Carlo Midnight. Oh, wait, maybe. Oh, I think I'm done with editing. So I just have to click send. Maybe I have to just present it full screen. Okay, so now I can click on it. Oh, 15 nights, 1 ruinous season. A luxe photographic direction built for the Colleen Hoover. So it's foil on foil photographs. So here's the series mark. I kind of like this one too. 15 races, 1 season. Box, a Sydney Marsh season. Champagne and ink is the color tablet, or the color palette. We do have Oxblood again. These are some nice colors. The type system. Let's see what the sample covers look like. I don't like these covers. I don't think they work for me. They're cool, but it's not what I want. I don't know what I'm looking at with this Heartline Fever and Villa on the coat. Queen of the Long Way Home. I think the other one was stronger. This shelf doesn't really make me feel excited either. And none of this on Instagram would make me stop. So this is a really cool thing where you can see like this does not work for me. And then Checkered Heart. Box. I like this. XV 15 track listing 2026. Think Penguin Modern Classics meets a Stevie Nicks LP sleeve. Yes. Meets a vintage travel poster. Okay. The logo. Oh, I love this logo. I love that logo. I don't like that logo. So this is a really good mix between Grand Prix Pulp and Checkered Heart. We have warm chapel colors. So they're slightly different. You have a teal here instead of that British racing green. Let's see what we've got. We've got different typography, similar, and then we have the singles. I like the other one better. I think this is way too abstract. That shelf makes me feel anemic. I like the white space, but I mean, if you have a book called The Silver Lady, I think it should be silver. And again, these Insta things are close. They would get my attention, but materials and finish. I think the winning for me is the Grand Prix Pulp with the Checkered Heart things. I love these colors. I would work with these colors all day long. I don't love these covers, but I like them enough that they're interesting. Like I would edit some of them. The Heartline Fever, I would probably keep that one as it is because I think it's really freaking cool. I would just make the author name bigger, and I would just tell them like, hey, the author name needs to be bigger. So I think that this was successful. This blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind what's possible. So let me stop the share on that. Holy crap. I don't know. I don't know anymore. So we're going to head over to the after party. I'm going to pick a song to play. I'm going to get some ice cream because there's chocolate ice cream downstairs and I have earned it. So check out the notes. I like the direction of the number 1. I would refine it, but that's what the Claude design is for. I love April. April, I love you so much. It's about to be shut the fuck up time in the anti-AI crowd. Yeah, there's just so much. I mean, you guys, I've been with here. I wonder if this is the Sonnet 5 everyone was freaking out about a few months back. I think so. It could possibly be. It is now 10:22 p.m. I have 3 mood boards for a series I haven't even fully developed yet. Okay. 3 mood boards. That alone is at least a day's worth of work, usually longer because you have to get inspired. You have to work with it. You want to work with that. I have a completed manuscript. The other one, I have half of my books sliced and diced for a series being loaded into Notion. And that thing's going to keep working while I party in the after party and eat chocolate. Kimberly says, I've been doing the Ink and Code news every week all year. This stuff has been coming out weekly, has been insane. Yeah. I honestly think that the membership in the Future Fiction Academy is 100% worth it. I know it's $249 a month, but we all have picked this up so quickly because we work with this stuff all the time. Cypher, thank you for walking through this tonight. I have an idea what Claude Design does and so much more. Yeah. And we always talk about that. We do these lives and it's free. Like you're watching it for free. We don't even put ads on this thing. I've shown you how to set things up. We also have a nice class from Carlo that shows you how to do the deep dive. You can also watch tutorials and learn from that too. But we showed you some author applications and you can actually see it for real. You can see it in real time. The last thing I will show that I will add to stage because I think it's a good place to end on here is I still have just a little bit, teeny tiny bit left of my Claude Design, 97% used. So we'll push that and see what happens there. I don't know if they'll let me buy extra usage when it's in research, but here's what I will tell you. Because I'm using it, I am more likely as an account to get more credits and more usage if they really want things tested. They look for the accounts that are doing that kind of stuff. I've used 5% of my stuff that I'll have for the next 5 hours. Stuff is still running. Looking at the Claude over here, I have the book chapters. It is now doing book 2 and updating all the chapters. So it's putting all that information in. Okay. I don't know what other song I could possibly leave you with, but Meet Me on Venus. So, because that's what it feels like. There has been a lot of nights of doing 8 iterations and working by myself and testing things not working. And then I do get the things working. So if you've just joined the Academy, you'll go to Future Fiction Academy, the lab inside of your Teachable, and you'll go ahead and get the Zoom link in there, the current Zoom link. If you go ahead and join if you're already a member of the Discord, you can just message me and I can give you the Zoom link really quickly too. I was wondering how I could get my 8-book series done earlier today. Now I feel like that question has been answered. That and so much more. So here you guys go. Meet me on Venus, and I will see you in the after party.
Meet me on Venus. There's static in the quiet again. Blue light bleeding in the morning. Another version finishes compiling, and I'm asking myself what year it is. 3 a.m. feels like a checkpoint. Not a mistake, just me in a system. Asking if the rules still hold. I keep waiting for a marker, something obvious instead. It's a too subtle alignment, a sentence that remembers the one before it. Meet me on Venus, where writing is reckless and staying up late means building, not spiraling, not spiraling, not spiraling, I swear. Meet me on Venus, where exhaustion is entry and giving up never was permissible. No one else is coming, is coming, is coming, is coming, is coming to save us. Meet me on Venus. I love myself enough to imagine a future where I thrive. I live in the almost, and that should have worked, but it didn't. In the narrow space between breakthrough and doubt, all by myself. They say slow down, they say don't touch it, but I've watched the horizon bend, and I can't pretend I didn't. Is anyone else seeing this? Some nights I wonder if this is just instinct, dressed as insight. If I'm late or absurdly early, or just no longer one of them. Everyone's arguing definitions while I'm watching behavior change, calling it different names like the outcome will care, but it won't. Meet me on Venus, where writing is reckless and staying up late means building, not spiraling, not spiraling, not spiraling, I swear. Meet me on Venus, where exhaustion is entry and giving up never was permissible. No one else is coming, is coming, is coming, is coming, is coming to save us. Meet me on Venus. I love myself enough to imagine a future where I thrive. I reread, rebuild, run it again. 8 passes through the same gravity, waiting for coherence to settle. When it does, it's quiet, no applause, just relief and a strange ache. I witnessed it alone. I'm not chasing escape, I'm choosing direction. I refuse to disappear just because the tools evolve. Meet me on Venus, where writing is reckless and staying up late means building, not spiraling, not spiraling, not spiraling, I swear. Meet me on Venus, where exhaustion is entry and giving up never was permissible. No one else is coming, is coming, is coming, is coming, is coming to save
And that's really what it's all about. I know there's doomsayers and stuff like that about the AI. Yes, this stuff scares the hell out of me. I'm not okay about everything that can be done with AI right now. But I refuse to give up, and I refuse to lay down, and I refuse to just like waste energy and like, oh, woe is me. And I refuse to wait for someone else to come and save me. So I love myself enough to imagine a future where we thrive. And I hope you will join us, whether it's in the free classes, the light membership that's coming, or the tippy top where we're pushing these things to the limit, because we are the wrong authors to give this kind of power tonight. See you guys in the after party, and see you next Friday. Bye.